I know, it's okay, that's why I so I'm Mr. McGraw. So I am a math consultant is my title, so I get to work with teachers more than I get to work with kids. And we're gonna do something today that's called a number string. So in a number string, problems are related together. So for example, I'll give you one. If I said to you 5 plus 5, you would tell me?
10.
It's 10, right? After I gave you that, I might say to you, if you know that, could you solve 5 plus 7?
12.
5 plus 7 is 12. How does knowing 5 plus 5 equals 10 help you know 5 plus 7 equals 12? What do you think? How does that help you?
7 is 2 more than 5, so it's going to be 10 plus 2.
7 is 2 more than 5. So if you take 10 and you add those 2, you're going to get 12. So you use this fact of 5 plus 5 to help you find 5 plus 7. Okay? That's called a number string. It's when you utilize something else to move forward. I've heard that you wanted to be pushed today, though, to do some subtraction. So, we're going to do a subtraction number string today to look at how those work together. All right. How do you tell me you have an answer? What's your signal for that? Thumb? Okay. So, thumbs ready. Here's your first one. And I'm going to try the same one we did in the last group just to see if the conversation differs at all. Then we can compare the two groups together because I'm sure this is the better group, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yes. Here you go. And I want everyone to whisper the answer on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
8.
I heard a couple different things. I'm going to put the answer up that's here, and this is really important. When I put the right answer up in just a moment, we can't do this. Yes! Because if we start acting like that, then it makes the people around us feel kind of sad if they weren't able to do it. And we can't do this. Oh, I never get it right, and I'm so terrible at math. Because then we're not ready to learn. Okay? So I'm going to write the answer up here in just a moment. No reaction when the answer goes up. Okay? So here we go. So now that we know that 10 minus 8 is 2, how did someone figure that out? If you knew it was 2, what were you thinking? How did you know? Okay? What were you thinking?
Because 8 plus 2 equals 10.
Can someone repeat what she just said? And repeat what she said. What did she say?
It's like a fraction because 8 plus 2 equals 10.
Can you use a strategy called think addition to do subtraction problems?
Yes.
Oh. So in this case, she said that she thought to herself, 8 plus what number would give you 10? And she knew that that number was 2. 8 plus 2 equals 10. Okay, so let's try the next one. Remember, this is a number string, so you could use this if you would like to help you on it. Here we go. Now I'd like you to turn to a friend and whisper what you think the answer is.
0.
All right, come back up here. I heard the same thing from almost everyone in the room. And that was 4. Can someone tell me how they got 4? How did you get 4?
So I just added 2 more onto the 10 because that equals 10 plus 2 equals 12, and then I took away 8 of it because it's kind of exactly like 10, but you take 2 away.
It's okay, I'm going to stop you right there because I want someone to add on to that. She said that she knew that 10 and 12 were 2 away from each other. Who can add on and tell me how you think she used that to get the answer of 4? Because I like where you were going. How do you think she used that to finish? What do you think?
I just forgot.
That's fine. I'm gonna go to somebody else. I'm gonna ask them, and I want to come back to you to have you repeat what they say, okay? All right, so what do you think?
So it's 2 more. So you add 2 more.
Oh, can you repeat what she said?
It's two more to the 12 minus 8.
Oh, so in 10 minus 8, the answer was 2. How much more is 12 than 10? 2 more. So how much more is the answer going to be? 2 more. Is 4 2 more than 2? It is. And now I'm going to challenge you another way, too. I want us to put that at an open number line. An open number line is a number line where we get to create the numbers to help us think about that problem. The only thing is I want us to use think addition when we create that number line. Okay? If we were to do think addition with that number line, I'm going to give you the number that goes on the left. And I need some help filling out the rest. Okay? So the number on the left is going to be 8. I want you to think about what other numbers might go on that open number line. What other numbers? I want you to turn and share that with someone next to you. All right, and now I need you back up here. I'm going to do something that I call a teacher timeout. I'm going to talk to your teacher really quick. Timeout is in take a break, not she's in trouble, just so you know. Okay? Different kind of timeout. All right. So what open number lines are a thing that some people have seen and some people haven't. So that turn and talk I used as a formative assessment to see what did they know about that open number line. What I found is that they didn't really know a lot about that open number line, which is perfectly fine. And so that does guide my lesson a little bit to where I want to go. However, I do want to continue using it. I'm just going to need to scaffold it a little more before I head to the next piece. So that's my goal. So I was listening to you when you were talking about some of those numbers, and like I told your teacher, I'm not sure we're on the same page for how we would use that open number line, so I need to give you a few more directions. An open number line does not have to count every number. I don't have to put a 9 on that number line if I don't want to. I can put any number I want on that number line. So I'm going to tell you the 2 numbers that I'm going to start with are 8 and 12. Because we just said that we could think addition. If we were to write a think addition problem, what would that look like? How did we write it for this one? Who can remember what we wrote up here for this problem? Do you remember what we wrote? 8 plus some number equals 10, and we decided that was 2. So now, can someone help me write this one as a think addition problem? How would I write that up? What do you think? And just one second. When she says the answer, you're going to decide if you agree or if you disagree with her. And I'm going to call on someone to see. We're going to put her on the spot. E plus blank equals 12. And what did you say would go in that blank? I need someone to agree or disagree with her and tell me why. Oh, I'm seeing a ton of thumbs go up. I think I agree with you. Why do you agree?
Because you take away 2 from the 4 equals 10, and 8 plus 12 is 9, and then you add 2 from the 4, and 10 plus 2 is 12.
Gotcha. So this is going to work. So on my open number line, 8 was the number I started with. 12 was the answer I was trying to get. What do you think is going to happen on that number line? I want you to turn and talk again to a partner. What do you think is going to happen on the rest of that number line? And I need you back up here. In 3, 2, and 1. And I think I heard what I want, so there's something else that I want you to know. So what's going to happen on this number line? Go ahead. What do you think? I'm going to add 4. Now I'm going to take you for a loop because I'm going to add another number to this open number line. Who thinks they might know what that could be? Do you think I'm going to put on this number line? Are you ready to take a chance?
Yes.
Okay. He said 4. Does anybody have a different idea? Different idea. What's your different idea?
14.
14? What's a different idea? Anybody else? What do you think?
10.
Okay, I'm going to stop right there. I'm just going to take 3 ideas. I heard 4, 14, and 10. So there's something that I want to let you know. The number that I'm going to add to this number line has to fit. Remember that this one is 8 and this one is 12. So whatever number I put on my number line has to fit somewhere between 8 and 12. Knowing that, do you think it's going to be 4, 14, or 10?
10.
It sounds like somebody revised their answer up here. You changed your answer to 10? Why do you think it's 10 now instead of 4? Oh, so would 4 fit on my number line? Where would 4 go if I put it up here? Oh, it doesn't fit, does it? Because it'd go clear over here, right? Does 10 fit on there?
Yes.
Does 14?
No.
Oh, where would 14 go?
Over
Over here. Where would I put 10? Where do you think I'd put 10? Why do you say the middle?
Because on the sides there, if we did that, there would be no more.
Oh, so if I put it right in the middle, that is right. Could someone add on to what he said and tell me why it goes in the middle? I agree with him. That's where it goes. Why do you think it goes in the middle?
I think it goes in the middle because there's an 8, another number, and then 10, and then there's another number, and then 12.
Oh, so if I put a number here, what number would that be?
9.
There's the 9. What number would go here? That doesn't look like very good. What number would go here?
11.
Do I have to put those on my number line?
No.
I don't. On an open number line, you can put whatever you want. But I agree with you that there would be a number between each of those spaces. So now I'm going to do something else. So pay attention. I started at 8 and I jumped 2 to get to 10. And then I jumped 2 to get to 12. I want you to turn and talk again. Why do you think I did that? Turn and talk. Why? Why do you think? And I need you back here in 3, 2, and 1. Why did I do that? You can tell me why they think I did that. What do you think? Was I counting by 2s? Oh, did I make a jump of 2 from 8 to 10?
Yes.
I did. Did I make a jump of 2 from 10 to 12?
Yeah.
I did. That's one reason why you could do it. It's not the reason why I did it. Who has another reason you think maybe why I did it? Even though I don't disagree with your reason, it's just not what I was thinking. What do you think?
So you could get to 12.
Oh, it was so I could get to 12. But why did I stop at 10 and why didn't I put 9 here instead? Remember the first problem we chose to do was 10 minus 8 equals 2, and we knew that 8 plus some number was going to get us to 10. What do you think? It is faster to count by 2s and 1s. I agree, but not my thinking. What do you think?
So this is all of the numbers that, so like there's 10 on there, which is 10 up there, and then there's 8 on there, which is 2 on there,
In the previous problem, did we use 8 and 10? We did. And what changed Did we still use 8 in the second problem? But now instead of 10 I have, so I made my jump from 8 to 10, and then I made my jump from 10 to 12. I need you to take a break for just a moment. I'm going to talk to your teacher again really quick, and then move from there. So the problem that we did next in the other classroom was we moved to 14 minus 8 to keep that jump moving, which is partly why I slowed down in here because of what I saw in that last classroom, is again that idea of the open number line. They moved back to just subtracting rather than thinking addition. And so they weren't utilizing the pieces. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to, even though maybe you have 3 or 4 things in a number string to hit each day, if you're finding the first 2 things they're not attaching to, you're turning it into more of a mini lesson than you are a full out number talk. So the hope is that by doing a lesson today, tomorrow you can do something similar, then you can finish more of them and then keep them moving forward. Sometimes it turns into a lesson just because of the gaps.
Yeah, and we're just starting out subtraction.
Yes. But these are also things that they have seen before now. And what you're seeing is that really they don't know strategies, they just only know how to count.
Right.
So you're really having to rebuild all of those pieces forward as you go. Okay. Second graders, thank you so much for having me come in today.
You're welcome.
Have a good rest of the day.